These are exciting times for believers in Christ who are interested in Bible prophecy. Many of the things that are suggested by unfulfilled future prophecies seem to be trending in our world like never before. We reserve a few minutes Sunday mornings to discuss some of those things. We're always careful to use recognized, reliable sources for news and information. And we're not saying that the things we report are the fulfillment of prophecy, only that they are the things you'd expect from reading the Bible literally. Believers and non-believers both are not ignorant about the mark of the beast. It is introduced in the 13th chapter of the Revelation, where we read, "All, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, receive a mark on their right hand or in their foreheads, and no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark." Strong's Concordance notes that the word forehead comes from the root word for face. So we're talking about the face or the hand. John predicted this over 2,000 years ago at a time where technology was so advanced they were still paying Roman soldiers with salt because it was an important commodity. Here are just a few of the biometric advances that could easily fit John's vision of the future. The mark on the right hand. Number one, Apple is considering tweaking the mechanical aspects of its proposed Palm biometrics invention to include contactless sensors. The company received the original patent to its Palm-based biometric authentication technology in 2019 and envisioned it for upcoming Apple Watches and other devices. According to Biometric Update, here's a second article, Palm print biometric authentication and ID is an attractive alternative to facial recognition technology that is proven to be more accurate, reliable, and safe in our new contactless world. And so they're talking about just using your palm, your whole palm to scan, and you won't have to even touch anything. You just, instead of saying talk to the palm, you'll just say scan the palm, and you'll just go buy a scanner or your computer or whatever, and it will scan your palm. And palm's better than fingerprints. They won't be able to cut your hand off like in the movies, you know, because they have to sense movement and warmth and veins and all of that. So palm technology is big. Mark on the forehead or the face. Amazon is planning to join a growing list of major companies that are working to make facial recognition the authentication method of choice. The retailer has filed a patent claim for a method it hopes will enable customers to complete purchases using their faces rather than passwords. The Amazon application shows that the company is working on a system that allows users to capture photos of themselves on their phones or computers and then let Amazon use that as a basis for authentication of transactions. A transaction is authorized using an authentication process that prompts the user to perform an action in view of a camera or sensor. Something like that. The process identifies the user and verifies that the user requesting the transaction is a living human being. The user is identified using image information. Here's a second article. U.S. companies are currently using facial recognition for everything from fast food orders to trying on makeup to issuing life insurance policies, etc. Here's an interesting one. Ford Motor Company and Intel have teamed up on a project called Project Mobile, in which a dashboard camera uses facial recognition to identify the primary driver of a vehicle or other authorized drivers, such as family members. One use case could be the blocking of a car from starting if someone other than an authorized driver sits in the driver's seat. This in-car facial recognition approach can also be used to personalize the driving experience for each driver, calibrating the car's settings to whoever is driving, such as automatically adjusting the music volume, driver's seat position, or even vehicle speed. And so you just get in your car and your little camera will allow you to start your car, and it'll adjust your seat and tilt the wheel and put Grand Funk Railroad on the stereo for you. Huh. Great band. Anyway, there are dozens of articles describing the current use of this kind of technology that we've been expecting ever since John was on Patmos. None of this technology is the mark of the beast. The mark involves voluntarily swearing allegiance to the Antichrist in order to use this system of buying and selling. You cannot deny that these things are things you'd expect to be occurring in the end times based on a literal futurist reading of the Bible. We believe the resurrection and rapture of the church is imminent. It could happen any moment. Nothing needs to happen before the Lord comes for the church. Jesus will return in the clouds. He'll raise the dead in Christ. He'll transform the bodies of living believers to glorified resurrection bodies. We'll be caught up to heaven. The 7-year tribulation will happen on the earth that we're reading about in the book of the Revelation. And then the Lord will return with us to establish his kingdom. Are you ready for the rapture? If not, get ready, stay ready, keep looking up. Ready or not, Jesus is coming.